Before coffee can speak through flavors, it is being given a voice, and this voice is given to it by water during extraction. Dear viewers, welcome back to my channel of Constantine the Barista Coffee, where every cup is better with passion and has a story to tell behind it. Today we are going to share about the main ingredient, the main thing that drives or controls your extraction. One, water is not just water. We don't just use pure water during extraction. Water has specification, water has scientific calculations that are based on during the extraction that many don't see, but they do exist. First and foremost, water in espresso covers or it consumes 90% of the espresso, and the 10% that remains is the other compositions of the coffee that includes the melanoids, or what we call the TDS, which is total dissolved solids, and these include the melanoids, the sugars, the acids, the organic compounds, those that contribute to the acidity, the body, the sweetness, the mouthfeel, and so on. But when it comes to water, water has its different compositions that include: one, water has also its own TDS, or the minerals behind it that work hand in hand with the science behind the coffee that is determined by the roasters. But what is the science in water? First and foremost, chemically, water is H2O, which is simply two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom, which means that water has specification, water has calculations that are based on during or to do the extraction that we don't see, but they do exist. First and foremost, water has minerals such as the calcium, the sulfate, and magnesium, and so on. These minerals or these compounds, they work hand in hand, or they correspond with the science of the coffee. But what does this mean? How is water first and foremost determined or calculated before we use it in the espresso? Because all the water that we use in the espresso machines is being calculated. By the time you are to use it, the specialists determine this water. For example, we have the Lamazoko machine, that is one of the popular espresso machines used in most of the cafes. All right, this machine has its own specification all the way that comes from the factories, that is based on before extraction is being done. So as a barista using this machine may not know some of these specifications, some of these calculations that are being made, but they are made by the time you add the water and the coffee together. There is chemistry, there is science happening. This is why water is the most important ingredient, or when it is the main driver when it comes to extraction. Therefore, the TDS of coffee and the TDS of water, they all work hand in hand, and water that we use in espresso machines is being calculated in what we call the PPM, which is simply the parts per millions. That is how water is calculated that we use in the espresso machines. But finally, what as a barista you should know, water is the foundation, and the TDS and the water, all of them have the chemistry behind it. So they do not just work anyhow, but they both influence how your extraction will feel like. Therefore, as a barista, you must know how all these compounds work together. Thank you for watching. This is Constantine the Barista Coffee. Stay tuned as we dive more into knowing the science behind coffee. Thank you.